Welcome to the Killshot MMA podcast presented by DFS Army for UFC Fight Night Ankalaev versus Guskov. 13 fights in this card. We're going to break them all down. We're going to talk bets. We're going to talk DFS. We're going to make a little bit of money on your Saturday afternoon. It is a 9:30 Eastern time start. They are in UAE. It's an overseas trip for the UFC because next week they are in... Is it somewhere in the Czech Republic? You know, I should have had that teed up if I was going to do that for the intro.
I'll look while you.
And I totally was like, yeah, I know exactly where they're going to be.
Oh, it's in Serbia. It's in Belgrade.
Belgrade. Thank you. I wanted to say Prague, and that's not right. That's Czech. That's Czech Republic. So it is in Belgrade, Serbia next week. So overseas for the UFC. I'm Sniper. With me as always. Well, most of the time. Is Monk. We're going to break it all down. He's got stats. I got some insight. We've been making some pretty good calls recently, Monk. We're on a nice little run here, not to jinx it. I think it's been a weird year. Super hot. Now, admittedly, I don't hide from the losses. We got super cold, and now we're pretty hot again. So back on the upswing here. This card is funky because there are big favorites and chalk you want to eat, and the mid-range does not help with salary. Like, those fights are typically shit. So we're going to have an interesting one for DraftKings. A couple betting spots I do like. But how are you this week, and are you ready for UFC UAE, which I don't want to say, so it's just because it sounds funny, and I'm going to go Ankalaev versus Guskov.
UFC Vowel. That's what we'll call it. UFC Vowels. I'm looking forward to it. It's a 9:30 card, whatever you said. So a little bit earlier for me and the boys in Central Time, but I mean, we got fights. You know what I'm saying? We got fights. We got daytime card. Look, either way, however you feel about the card, you're gonna be done by like 3 or 4 p.m. You grab a nap, grab some food. Your whole night's ahead of you. It's fantastic, and we get this 2 weeks in a row. Love it.
I'm pretty sure the start time's earlier next week, but
yeah, it's like I think it's this one says 9. I think next week says 10. But either way, we're talking AM. So
that will be good. Actually, I think I got some driving to do on Saturday, like during the day, like a long drive ahead of me. So that'll be good. I can
perfect. Turn it on. Turn it on. Angle your phone and just have it playing through the speakers. Angle it away. Angle it away.
You don't realize how many breaks there are when you're like not at home on your computer or phone. You're driving. Like you can totally watch a fight while driving semi-responsibly.
Absolutely. Especially if it's a counter fight.
Cops out there are like, all right, let me find this fucking guy. All right, I think that's enough of the intro. Let's go ahead. Let's break down the 13 fights on this card. And actually, before we do that, do me a favor, hit the like button. Drop a comment with who you think is going to win the main event. Even though it's a big line, go ahead and just, I guess there's going to be a spam of Ankalaev's name, but drop who you think is going to win the main. First fight, Abdul Hussein versus Cody Gibson. By the way, this card is going to suck for names and pronunciations. I didn't practice all of them, so cut me a break or leave me a hate comment and drive up my engagement because it's going to get ugly, boys. Minus 535 for Hussein, plus 400 for Gibson, 9,300 for Hussein, 6,900 for Gibson. Healthy ITD prop, minus 245. Monk, who you got?
Man, I don't like anything I've pretty much seen from one Cody Gibson. Like, he's not terrible. Like, his numbers are actually okay. All right. This is like his second stint in the UFC, I believe. So he is 3-7 overall. But he has, lost his last 2, and then beats Chad Anheliger and Brian Kelleher. It has a ton of losses before and after that. So not really liking what I'm seeing. His volume's okay. His striking defense is okay. Takedowns are about average. Grappling control time's about average. Everything's just pretty much average to mediocre, and that's never a bad thing, unless you're fighting maybe a guy who has 14 finishes and 15 wins. Abdul Hussein, he's a minus 550 favorite. I have no stats on him, but he has fought decent competition, I think. I mean, name value. Okay. I mean, I know who Tyson Nam is. I don't know who Gift Walker is, but don't look him in his mouth. That's all I've heard. His only losses to Magomed Makayev. So he's fighting name values. He's fighting guys with experience. I got to go with Hussein here. I don't trust Cody Gibson at 38 years old.
Yeah. Hey, guys, sorry if you're watching on YouTube. My camera is doing some weird fuzzy shit. So I'm going to try and get this fixed while Monk's talking the next couple fights here. But I look, my camera's blurry as shit.
It's like forgot how to focus.
Yeah, it is. It looks out of focus, which is strange because it's a webcam. All right, I'll deal with that in a minute. So sorry if you're watching, it looks a little fuzzy. We'll get that taken care of for this fight. The inside the distance number is high. Actually, it's too high based on the level of competition in the weight class for Abdul Hussein. I think those numbers are overinflated because it's decent competition, but it's not UFC competition. Gibson's been around. He's a veteran. Yes, he can be finished. Minus 245 feels rough. I do think Hussein's going to win. I think there's value in the bet side and the go-to decision prop at a big plus money number. I'm fine with that in terms of a betting angle. DraftKings, 9,300 minus 245 on paper seems fine. The problem is more expensive is Sam Patterson, Ankalaev, and then two massive numbers and massive prices. I'm pretty sure in those rankings, even though they're a little more expensive and price is going to be an issue we're going to talk about, I still prefer the more expensive fighters to Abdul Hussein, just dollar for dollar. So I'm going to go with Hussein for the win, but based on me needing dogs, I don't hate. There's plenty of punts I'm going to hate. Gibson isn't one of them. I'm okay mixing him in at whatever the ownership projection is in DFS Army. So go ahead and match it up. I will take Abdul Hussein for the win. Let me intro this fight so I can try and fix the focus. This is crazy. Nurullo Aliev versus Mike Davis, which, by the way, whoever is making the order for this card was fucking drunk.
They fucked this up bad.
It's awful that Mike Davis is the second fight of the night. And there's a couple other spots that just make no sense. I won't harp on them too long, but there's a bunch. Like Patterson Ponzinibbio as a prelim is ridiculous. There's a bunch. So we'll get to them. But if by some miracle anybody in the UFC is watching or listening or know somebody, get your shit together when it comes to ordering these fights, because this is bad. Aliev minus 230, Davis plus 190, 8,500 for Aliev, 7,700 for Mike Davis, plus 135. Fight goes to decision. Monk, who you got?
Yeah, I completely agree. They must have had to have put Zainakov and then the Vagaev fight. They must have had to been forced to do that because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and Aliev is 11-0, so it's just stupid. So I'll harp when you said you wouldn't, so we don't violate any promises. But yeah, I mean, Aliev has come in here, beat Rafael Alves, Joe Selecki, Shem Rock. None of those names, especially the last two, are anything crazy, but 25 years old, 11-0. He's being built up like he should be. He's got no striking for the most part, and by no, I mean just little. I don't mean he's like super bad or anything. He might be 2.7 per minute. He's only allowing 1.6. Striking accuracy is terrible, but where he shines, takedowns and control time, 92% of all control time he's been involved in, he has dominated. So yeah, that's over half of one round per round. He is controlling his opponents. Mike Davis, I mean, I love this guy. I know Sniper's going to say pretty much the same thing. He's got striking, he's got takedowns, he's got control time. What he kind of lacks is defense, unfortunately, allowing well over 5 per minute. He has been knocked down. And his takedown defense is 61%. So defensive side of things, not very good. And if you know me, I don't usually pick guys that have not great defense, but I do really like Mike Davis. I think he's extremely well-rounded. He gets better and better pretty much every round. Round 1 seems to be pretty takedown and control heavy, whereas round 2 turns into more of a striking, less wrestling type of a thing. So we're going to see what he has here against Aliev, who from all accounts is just just a decision machine, and he wins every single one. So expect this to go all 3. I wouldn't expect a finish really, but I do expect a good fight. Hate that it's the second fight of the night. I really want to pick Mike Davis. I don't know that I can. That 61% takedown defense bothers me. The control time, we're going to see what he has against Aliev instead of just, anybody off of the roster that's not wrestling coordinated, like Mitch Ramirez, like Natan Levy, like Vyacheslav Borshev, like Mason Jones. I got to pick Aliev here. It's just stacking up too much for against Mike Davis for me. I think you're muted. You fix.
Yeah, I got the camera back.
There we go. I was gonna say you fixed the camera, but
yeah. Well, the issue is I got. If you're just listening, there is a night light behind me because dark. I got a 9-year-old walking around at night. She gets up. So but the night light I think was throwing off the autofocus.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that appears to be what was happening. Anyway, agree with what you said on Mike Davis. Mike Davis, I've said it before. The quick version is he's an all-around complete fighter. Where if he has the advantage striking, he'll outstrike you. If he has the advantage grappling, he'll outgrapple you, and he does everything. But he's really good everywhere. He's not great anywhere is the problem. So guys who have a great skill set typically beat him, and Aliev has the good grappling skill set. It is a step up. Minus 230 is too wide of a line. I don't like this fight pretty much.
I agree.
Betting-wise, the total pass for me. And DFS-wise, 8,500 for Aliev. He could get control time. It's an okay spot. I think there's better spots on the card. This one goes to the bottom of the list. We shouldn't see a finish. Mike Davis is super tough. He could get controlled and laid on, and if Aliev does enough striking, Aliev is live for the optimal. So Aliev's got the better path for the optimal. But it's just hard in this card where I do expect a couple monster scores. I will take Nurullo Aliev. I do think he gets it done, and they are building him correctly. Magomed Tuchalov taking on Brendson Ribeiro. Tuchalov, minus 800. He's 9,700. It's a big-ass price tag. Ribeiro, plus 550. 6,500. That is a low-ass price tag. Minus 750 fight ends into the distance. That is very high. Should see a finish. Big ol' salary. It's going to be a common theme for these pay-ups. Monk, what do we do?
Man, I can't pick Ponzinibbio. That much I do know, which is good because I don't know much about Magomed Tuchalov here. He's fought guys with names, right? They do have names like Habib, like Shamil, but there's nobody that you've heard of outside of that. They have different last names.
Now he's fighting a Magomed
than what you're familiar with. Yeah, it's not Habib Nurmagomedov. It was Habib Gaziev. So there you go. It's like Shamil and Habib wrapped in one. And he beat that guy. So yeah, I don't know, man. He's 6-0. He is, how old is this dude? I don't even have his age. 99. So I guess 27, something like that. 26. Still young. I want to see what he can do over here. This is a great intro to the UFC going up against Ponzinibbio, who is 3-5. Losing to Abdul Rahman Yakayev, Omar Sy, and Azamat Mirzakhanov. That's a lot of EVs and OVs in there, and nothing much is going to change here. He lost to Gadzhizulov as well. So yeah, that's 0-3 for the EV and OV opponents for Mr. Ribeiro. I mean, this seems like a home game for Tuchalov, even though I know he's not from. Actually, he is from the UAE, so it is literally a home game. I want to see what he can do. I don't know if I'm going to pay that, but I'll pay it a little bit because this dude could score a bunch. Let's actually check 1 second, and I'll stop talking. How many points Ribeiro is giving up per loss? 108, just under 108. Highest he's given up is 114. Lowest is 97. So yeah, Tuchalov is going to score some points here. Is he going to pay off 9,700? There's definitely a chance.
I would rank him second of the pay-ups, believe it or not.
Isn't that
really
crazy?
think he's going to get a finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little cheaper. I'll rank him, and by the way, I would rank him ahead of Ankalaev on DraftKings because Ankalaev's going to get more ownership. There's also Guskov is more dangerous than Ribeiro just in case. Ankalaev should win the fight. We'll talk about that, but Ribeiro to me doesn't offer much danger. I'm going to need a couple shares of Guskov, so Tuchalov will take the number 2 ranking in terms of my pay-ups. He's not my core play. We'll also get there, whose name I did mention earlier in the show if you're paying attention, but like a small spoiler there. Magomed Tuchalov should win. He should get a finish. He should score big. I don't want to overthink it. This is one of the smash spots on the slate. Go ahead and play Tuchalov. Axel Sola versus Ismael Bonfim. Sola's minus 205, 8,600. He has a lot of favorites when minus 205 is 8,600. A lot of big favorites, I should say. Bonfim is plus 170, 7,600. Fight ends into the distance. This number surprised me a little bit. Minus 185 to see a finish in this fight. Monk, do you agree with those odds, and who you taking?
Man, I do know Axel Sola looked decent in his debut against Reese McKee. And Reese McKee, he didn't exactly win a bunch of fights in a row. In fact, he may have lost 4, unless I'm forgetting one of them. But all that aside, he's a decent competitor. He was tough to finish for a couple of people. Sola ended up doing it in the 3rd round, which I think is great for Sola because he got the octagon experience. He got those, valuable minutes inside of the cage. So I like that. And he got the finish in the 3rd. Then they throw him in against Mason Jones, who is an animal. I love Mason Jones. It was extremely close. In fact, I have a metric that balances just on stats who quote unquote wins the fights if there's no judges, right? Obviously it's very flawed, but this one is a perfect 0. I've never seen that. So it was an exact draw according to the computer. It was just great. So very close fight. Held his own against Mason Jones. I think he's going to smash Bonfim here. Bonfim has beat he won his DWCS fight. He beats Terrence McKinney, who is a good fighter, but is very beatable. And then he beats Vince Pichel. Tough fight there, but Vince, even at 40-some years old, I believe he was 41, still holds his own. So loses to Taco Padilla, Nazim Sadikov, and BSD. So he's fighting good guys, but he's not performing well against the better ones. So defensive numbers look okay. He has an onslaught of offense as far as striking goes, but Axel Sola, eats about 5.3 a minute. He's going to have to answer back, but I think he can here. I want to see what this guy can do. He's not a kid, but yeah, I got to go with Axel Sola here. Salary of 8,600 makes me pretty happy, but in his lone UFC win, he did only score 84.9 points, and that was a finish. So we're going to have to see it from Bonfim, who has been finished 3 times in his 3 UFC losses.
But he was finished by Chris Padilla, Nazim Sadikov.
That's true. And BSD, yeah.
I think we got some recency bias going on. It's the first time we're going to disagree in a fight. I'm going to pick Ismael Bonfim to bounce back here. He's got some tough competition where I think the most recency bias in the line is because I could see Bonfim being a small dog. I think plus 170 is too much. I was hoping we get him a little bit cheaper, but prices are what they are. Minus 185 fight ends of the distance. Axel Sola, he can get finishes, but these are 2 good fighters. And I don't think Sola has the same kind of pop as Nazim Sadikov and BS. It's a different style of fight. I like, if you want to make a bet on this fight, I like the fight goes to decision. I think it's a closer fight than the odds indicate, both there and in the pure line. I'm going to take Bonfim. Bonfim also is a really good fighter whose back is 100% against the wall. He needs to win this fight, or him and his brother might be fighting in different promotions. So he could be getting his walking paper soon. You can't be losing fights like that. It's an interesting matchup. I think it's a close fight in terms of value. I think it's on the Bonfim side, especially on this card. This is one where I just disagree with the ITD line, so it brings down my evaluation of the fight overall. If you do think there's going to be a finish, and at these mid-range prices, on paper, this should be a fight we target a lot of. I just don't agree with it, so I can't target it a bunch. So naturally, I'm probably going to be underweight, with the small caveat that because I'm picking Ismael Bonfim and I need dogs, and I think we got recency bias and no one's going to play his ass, I like it a little bit for that side. So I'm going to end up underweight on Axel Sola, and it's going to be a little bit of a scary spot, but on this card, you got to take a couple chances, and I'm okay with that. Give that one. Give me Ismael Bonfim for the upset. Sam Patterson, who I mentioned by name and alluded to, there's your hint. He's at minus 470, taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio at plus 360, 9,400 for Patterson, 6,800 for Ponzi, ITD minus 310, because we've learned that Sam Patterson not only can wrestle, which people have forgotten, by the way, it's going to be interesting, but he also apparently has fucking bricks in his hands. Monk, do you, like me, think we should just throw the MVP fight out because it's not Patterson's fault? And I'm tired of hearing about Michael Venom Page. If he does it again here against Ponzinibbio, if you manage to have a boring fight here against Ponzinibbio, that's now it's on you. But the Michael Venom Page fight, I don't want to hear about people saying why it's a reason to knock down Sam Patterson. Michael Venom Page, well, he could be a nice, super nice guy. I don't actually know anything about him in terms of outside of the cage stuff. Could be a super nice guy. And it's got a couple highlight reels. His style sucks for MMA. It sucks to watch. the cure for the will to live. All right, a little bit of hyperbole. Anyway, Monk, who you got for this fight?
It's not very much hyperbole, to be honest, because I completely agree with you. I mean, real quick, Yanal Ashmuz, minute 15 seconds. He did lose that fight, Mr. Sam Patterson, but still, minute 15 seconds. Linnaeus, 2 minutes. Crosby, 250. Barlow, 310. Waters, 3 minutes. These are all first round numbers, obviously. And then Michael Page, 15 minutes. You think that's Sam Patterson's fault? Absolutely not. I completely agree with you. I cannot stand Michael Venom Page's fight style. I couldn't have said it any better. Ponzinibbio has dropped 3 of his last 4. He is 39 years old. And it's to D-Rod, Salikov, and Kevin Holland. So nobody crazy at the, crazy high as far as the rankings go, but no scrubs for sure. Just, little TLC reference for you. Not one scrub on these fights here. Beats Carlson Harris, beats Alex Morono. I just don't know, man. I like Sam Patterson. He is on his way up. And like you said, he can do a little bit of everything. He doesn't throw a ton of strikes per minute, but he hits hard as hell. He has decent takedowns, and where he really shines is his control. He's also finished all 5 of his UFC wins. I'm really looking forward to this one. Ponzinibbio has been finished in 4 of his 8 UFC losses, all via KO TKO, and 2 of those have happened in his last 4 fights, Kevin Holland and D-Rod. So yeah, love me some Kevin Patterson. I was looking at Kevin Holland. Sam Patterson, 9,400 is a great salary. I like it a lot.
Same. And I think we're forgetting is we expected Sam Patterson to come in and wrestle.
Yes.
And he has done that. He's shown he can hit hard. What I find interesting is that Ponzinibbio's got 71% takedown defense.
Mm-hmm.
The last time he was taken down multiple times in a fight was all the way back in
a long time
2015.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago. Now, that being said, in his recent run, his recent opponents, Daniel Rodriguez, Carlson Harris, Muslim Salikov, Kevin Holland, Alex Morono, Michelle Pereira. With the exception of Carlson Harris, those guys don't want to wrestle you.
Right.
Sam Patterson, I think, has got a path with the Ponzi aging in the chin, and he's got the path in wrestling. I think he's got the best opportunity to wrestle a Ponzinibbio opponent has had in a while. Multiple paths to victory. I think he's on the upswing. I say it constantly, but it's so true. Father Time is undefeated. I hope. Ponzinibbio's gonna. We've seen Garbrandt. We saw people fall off. It is what it is. That's why when somebody wants to retire, just like who just retired? Was it Irene Aldana?
I don't remember.
Oh God, that could be terrible. No, somebody just retired in the women's division. Regardless, whoever it was, and I just saw the news yesterday and didn't really register. Somebody wants to walk away, let them. This is a violent, rough sport. Dana says it. He's 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're done, you're done. Some guys stay too long. Some guys want to keep going, and their body tells them it's enough. It just is what it is. I hope Ponzinibbio doesn't go out like that, except for the fact that Sam Patterson's a core play. High ITD line, multiple paths to victory, reasonable price on this card when there's 4 guys priced higher than him.
Yeah, right.
Or 3. Okay. So give me Sam Patterson and a ton of them. I'll try not to belabor the point anymore. Sam Patterson is the play. Dustin Jacoby versus Mohamed Said, which another case of why is this fight down here?
Right.
Fucking matchmakers, man. Minus 175 for Jacoby, plus 145 for Said, 8,700 for Jacoby, 7,500 on the comeback. Minus 160 fight ends inside the distance. Monk, who are you taking?
Yeah, this is an interesting one here. I've always kind of been somewhat of a fan of Dustin Jacoby. I like his style. I like what he does most of the time when he faces adversity inside the cage. He's really outside of the Reyes fight, he got finished pretty early there. He's relatively tough to finish. I mean, Roundtree, Mirzakhanov, Menefield, I mean, they all went to decision. But meanwhile, his wins, it's just finish. I think every single fight since the Oleksiejczuk win, which somehow went to decision, has been a relatively early finish, and I love to see that. Mohamed Sayyid is what? He trains with Valter Walker, I believe, at Gore MMA. He has, he's undefeated, 9-0, 8 finishes there, and maybe Valter will teach him a heel hook or something, because that's might be what he needs to beat Dustin Jacoby. I don't know. I just like Jacoby here quite a bit. Sayyid has several more knockouts, 6 KOs compared to 2 submissions. Obviously, that doesn't tell you anything about his wrestling game, but I have no stats, so I'm going to assume and then watch a few videos later and make sure to see if I'm right or not. But if this dude doesn't have great takedowns, then Jacoby, I think, has a pretty good chance. I mean, 64% takedown defense is less than ideal, but not terrible. He controls just under half the control time that he's in, which is surprising because he also lands over 5.5 strikes per minute at a with power. So I really like that. Mohamed Sayyid, undefeated, hometown guy. I'm going to go with Jacoby here, but I think it's going to be relatively close. It could be relatively close at least. 8,700 is the salary here. He's averaging 95 per win. That's going to be tough, man. But if he gets it done early, I think that can definitely pay off. Sub 9K salary. It could be a sneaky little pick because no one knows much about Sayyid. People will be on the high end of the salaries for good reason. Jacoby gets it done in the first. It could be sneaky, but he is 38, is fighting the hometown guy, and he's unknown. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm going to pick Jacoby, but I almost picked Sayyid. I really did. So I'm going to play plenty of Mohamed Sayyid. He's not going to burn me. Jacoby, aging. He looks, I've watched a couple fights. He looks okay. It's just hard to really know against the caliber of competition he's fighting. Jacoby's is super solid, but towards the back end. Also, Jacoby's a little bit one-dimensional in that he's going to strike. If he doesn't get the first round finish, he's going to score trash. And again, on this card, I don't know if he's got enough volume to get there unless he gets the quick win, which I think Sayyid's going to wrestle. I think Sayyid's got more DraftKings upside than just Dustin Jacoby. Even though I'm going to pick Dustin Jacoby straight up to win because there's too many unknowns and not sures on the Sayyid side. But it is a close fight, an interesting fight. I'm going to side with Dustin Jacoby. But overall, betting-wise, it's also a total pass. I don't know enough about this one. There's a couple fights where I just don't have enough research at all. I'll pick my spots a little better. Valter Walker versus Thomas Petersen. Why is this fight in the middle of the fucking card?
This should be like third from the top, maybe fourth.
This should be the co-main event. Honestly, put Valter Walker in the co-main event.
Yeah.
But they're in UAE, so you want to make him third. Although, whatever. This and Thomas Petersen isn't a great fighter, but on the Valter Walker side, that's your draw. But I gotta try and stop reiterating, but it's frustrating. Minus 170 for Walker. Petersen's plus 142. 8,800 is your DraftKings salary for Walker. 7,400 for Petersen. Minus 200 ITD line. I don't know what the Valter Walker wins by sub line is, but just go bet that. I'm gonna bet that. If you got a crazy book where you can bet heel hook. Go ahead and bet that because he does one thing. He does it really well, and I don't think Thomas Petersen can stop it. I will play Valter Walker. If Petersen wins, even at heavyweight, I'm not sure he could score. I don't think he's going to finish. So I am firmly on the Valter Walker side. He'll finish if he wins. Potential for high scores. I'm all about Valter Walker in this fight. Despite it being a heavyweight side, I have interest in one side. It's the more expensive side, but it is what it is. Monk, I know I went first that time, but I felt like I had a quick breakdown ready to go off the hip. Who you got?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I got Valter Walker here. At first, I was trying to be like, "Oh, it's Walker," and then I saw Thomas Petersen, 87.5% takedown defense. He controls 91% of the control time. I don't think that means shit. And then I scrolled down and I saw the names that he's fighting, and I said that doesn't mean anything. Jamal Pose.
He got 9 takedowns against Dontel Mays.
Right, exactly. Muhammad Usman, Dontel Mays, Guilherme Pat. He didn't finish not one of those guys. I almost just went off the hook and dropped the MF, but yeah, he didn't finish not one of those guys. Valter Walker, he's been running through, the same level of guy basically, and then Kennedy and Chuku as well. I do think he is definitely a step or two above the other names that I mentioned. But yeah, I like Valter Walker here. I like the salary at 8,800. Again, we get a sub 9K guy that can possibly, score you some points here. He's averaging 107. The fewest amount of points he's scored is 97 in a win. So yeah, give me Thomas Petersen. Give me Valter Walker. Petersen has allowed, let's see, he doesn't allow a ton when he loses, but he did give up 105 to someone. Who would that have been? Doesn't really matter, but yeah. Oh, it was Gaziev. That's right. It was Gaziev. So yeah, he can be finished. He can be finished early, and yeah, I don't think he can. The 87% takedown defense is going to be tested and probably is going to break. So give me Valter Walker via heel hook because that's how he wins. So let's see it again.
Doesn't even have to break. He could just pull guard again.
Exactly. And if Thomas Petersen, I don't think he's a good fighter, like you said. He's just going to follow this dude down there. His coaches are going to be screaming at him. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, let's move on. Abubakar Vagaev taking on Saygid Izagakhmaev. I'm pretty close. That's fine. Vagaev, minus 250. If I say it differently each time, then it's fine. Saygid, plus 205. 8,900 for Abubakar. Alternate first and last names. 7,300 for Saygid. Plus 140. Fight goes to decision. Who the fuck knows? In the words of Conor McGregor, who the fuck are these guys? This is a rough one to break down and really have some in-depth analysis. And we did see Saygid Izagakhmaev against Nicholas Dalby. He lost a split decision where he got takedowns and then gassed out. Whereas Vagaev, I believe, is coming over from one. He's been around a long time. It's for me, I'm gonna take Saygid because even though he lost with Nicholas Dalby, he's a little bit more of a known quantity. I think he's gonna fix the gas tank issues. He's an underdog in a fight that I think should probably be closer to a coin flip, and I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go for DraftKings. I'm gonna go field weight a little bit over to Saygid, and I'm gonna be field weight on Vagaev because this is a hard one to break down. And I sorry personally, I know I do the show, but I can't dig deep into this fight. I'm gonna vanilla this one up, pick some other spots because this is one where you can dig deep and still get it wrong. I'm just gonna not let this fight beat me. Pass in the bets. We've already had a couple bets earlier in the card. I got a couple more in the back half. Give me Saygid to pull the upset and just don't let this fight fucking beat me. Monk, do you have a different breakdown? I can't. I don't even really have stats for it, but I dove into the tape a little bit and I watched one or two fights of each guy, and I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree completely. You named, Saygid fought Dalby. Vagaev has beaten, so I just had it pulled up here. He's beaten some names as well. And that's what I'm going to talk about because I have no stats to list off. He's beat Albert Tumanov was in the UFC. Michael Prajeris was in the UFC. I believe that was Tractor, I think, if I remember correctly. He also beat Michel Pereira back in 2016. And Pereira had 18 fights under his belt at the time. That was in something called Akhmat Fight Show. But yeah, Dave Castillo. There's names on here that we have seen in the UFC before. So the only thing that stands out to me is Vagaev has 28 professional fights. 24 of those are wins, and 19 of those are decisions. So yeah, I wouldn't expect to even put something on the goes to decision line. It's probably minus 6,500. So yeah, I don't even see. Oh, it's plus 140. So yeah, it's probably minus. I didn't hear what you said, but probably minus 185, 170, actually, probably something like that. So yeah, I'm going Vagaev, but yeah, this one's not going to beat me. Playing both sides, salaries are decent. I just favor Vagaev for some reason.
It's a rough one, guys. It's okay in our society. People don't think so. It's okay to say you don't know. You don't have to be an expert in everything. I'm just saying the game, basic concept here, but if anyone's trying to sell you, they know how this fight's going to go. Just they also have a bridge
exactly
to sell you in your backyard. Rizvan Kuniev versus Tyrell Fortune, because this fight deserves main card billing.
Yep.
Minus 340, 9,000 for Kuniev. Fortune plus 270, 7,200. When a heavyweight fight is minus 105 ITD, it's favored to go to decision. Could be a long fight, guys. Monk, who you got?
Yeah, it could cost you a lot more than time, to be quite honest. Fortune had that fight against Tybura. Very forgettable fight for the most part. Kuniev beats Almeida, which that's another topic. Just so disappointing, Jelna, man. I'm so disappointed in you. But yeah, I mean, beats loses to Curtis Blades. I am, and it's sad, and still my boy, but man, that was disappointing. A lot of it for a few fights, but yeah, beats or loses to Curtis Blades in a not a close fight, but not a crazy beat down or anything. That was good competition there. I don't know what to expect from Rizvan Kuniev. He had two DWCS fights and he beats Jelton Almeida. I don't know, man. Between that and then Fortune versus Tybura, I just don't know what to make. I don't like any of the stats here. I mean, Kuniev's wrestling numbers look good. I mean, 93% takedown defense, but again, that's probably 65 takedowns from Almeida. Well, 0 of 8. Actually, it was Curtis Blades who attempted 15. But yeah, he's the only one to take him down. Looks like Hugo. I don't even know how to say his last name, and if I mess it up, it sounds like a swear word. He tried 6 times. Blades tried 15. Almeida tried 8. So yeah, Fortune is going to have a long night because he took Tybura down 3 of 5 times. If he's going to try that, you better have it in the bag in the first round because I like Kuniev here. He's probably just going to make Fortune tired and win by decision.
Exactly that. Kuniev likes to bully you up against the cage, lean on you. Dirty boxing. It's effective. It is not fun. Could he get a knockout? I guess, but
if he gets a finish, it's going to be against the cage, and the ref will stop it. He won't even go down. Yeah.
Like honestly, my approach in this fight is probably going to play more Fortune than the field and underweight on Kuniev. Like if Fortune wins 7,200, okay, he'll pay off. I don't think either of these guys is very good at this point in their careers. Kuniev's going to win, but I don't think he scores well. So it's the classic DraftKings podcast breakdown of Kuniev wins, but Fortune's the better play at dog pricing. It really is that simple. Nothing really stands out in terms of bets here. If you wanted to bet Kuniev wins by decision, probably get a decent line on that. But I'm just not too interested overall. Give me Kuniev for the win, and you can see this is one of the reasons why I'm disgusted with the fight ordering on this card. And we're going to continue that. Clearly, we're in the main card now, so I'm super excited about these fights. Who the fuck are these guys? Oh, for the second time. Magomed Zanukunov taking on Damian Repeshki. Minus about 300 for Zanukov. 9,200 on DraftKings. Repeshki, 7,000. Plus 240 on the comeback. Minus 120 fight goes to decision. Or fight ends to the distance. Sorry, it's minus 120. All you, Monk. Go ahead. Kick us off.
Your pronunciations have been pretty good. I think you messed up Magomed Zainakov, though. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced John Pork. That is John Pork, for those of you that know. Yeah, that's like Khabib and Islam's training partner or whatever. I don't know why everyone calls him John Pork. I have since found out who or what a John Pork is, and it just makes me laugh. So, yeah. And then he's asking people, please don't call me John Pork. That's only going to get more people to call you John Pork. I hate to tell you that. But yeah, I'm just talking about John Pork so much because I have no idea what to say here.
It's kind of like Robert Whitaker was like, don't call me Bobby Knuckles. Well,
bro,
sorry, sir.
Yeah, you're never going to get called Robert again. I do like what I'm seeing here from Damian, and I don't even know how do we call Rumbeshki? So I guess Repeshki. I don't even know how to say that.
Yeah, that's kind of how we did it. Yep.
Damian. So yeah, I like what I've seen. He's not fighting in what's the poll? Is it Octagon?
KSW.
KSW. Thank you. He's not fighting KSW, but he's fighting something called FEN. And he's, I don't know these guys' names, but he's beating them by RNC, knees, punches, liver punch. That's what caught my eye. Bravo choke. I just love how he's winning. Tons of triangles, tons of knockouts. I don't know if these guys he's doing it against are any good, but we're sure going to find out. So it looks like Mr. John Pork there, 8-0, and we got 10-0 on the other side. It's going to be an interesting one, man. I'm sure Zainukov is probably going to win. I mean, you train with Habib, you train with Islam, and you've done it for quite a long time. You're not just going to come in here and look like ass in front of those guys. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going with Magomed Zainukov, and probably if I don't know, probably a finish, but we'll see.
Give me Rizpeshki.
There you go.
Against what I think is better competition. I really like that he can mix it up. I feel like Zainukov. I'm going to use that Zainukov. It's just, I mean, because you train with somebody, I don't know. There's
That's
plenty
true. No, you're absolutely
can.
Right. Absolutely.
So I just can't at 9,200. Give me Rizpeshki. It's a dog I can take a few stabs on. Sure. And I'll see about Zainukov. Thankfully on this card, I have Sam Patterson, Ankalaev, Tuchalov, Dulatov. Like I don't think I need, even though he's a little bit cheaper. Valter Walker I want to play. This is the spot where I'm going to take a dog rather than eat chalk and move on from there. I'm not laying minus 300, 9,200 on Zainukov. It's not a confident pick in Rizpeshki, but he looks good on film. I think he's a legit prospect. I'll take him to pull the upside. Islam Dulatov taking on Wellington Turman. Minus 1,000 for Dulatov. Yes, that is the biggest favorite on the card, and that comes with the biggest price tag at 9,800, plus 650 for Turman, who has not fought in 3 years. He is back. 6,400 is his price tag, minus 750 to see a finish. So how do we fit in Dulatov?
Man, that's going to be tough, but I think you really got to try. I think you really got to try here. Wellington Turman's last win was against Misha Serkinov, if that tells you anything. Sam Alvey, Marcus Perez. These are the gentlemen he has beat in the UFC. Dulatov looks fantastic. He's had one official UFC fight, was against Adam Fugit. Obviously, that's not going to tell you much, right? But with his DWCS fight as well, he's averaging almost 9 strikes a minute. He's getting hit a little too much for my liking at 4.2. But he's putting on a striking showcase for the most part. He's landing takedowns. He's getting some control time, about half. And he's getting, all finishes. 12 finishes in 12 fights. Did lose 1 decision. That's his lone loss. So, I just love Islam Dulatov here. Wellington Turman, while being only 30 years old, and I don't know if he's fought since Jared Gordon. I didn't look at the Tapology, so maybe he went somewhere else, but I don't think so. I think he has he's been off for 3 years. I don't like this one bit because I think Dulatov is looking like he's going to be fantastic. So give me Dulatov here. Turman eats over 4 strikes a minute. His takedown defense is 43%, and he almost gets out controlled. It's about 50-50, but all of his defensive numbers are absolutely terrible. So I got to go with Dulatov here. Get him in your lineups if you can. Turman has only been finished twice in the UFC, or 3 times rather in the UFC. And they were Jared Gooden was the most recent one, Bruno Silva, Andrew Sanchez. So Dulatov can very much get this done, and he can very much get it done early.
I mean, yeah. I don't even know what to add to this. Turman's probably going to get smashed. Hasn't been fighting in 3 years. Dulatov looks really good. It's a matter of price. Can you fit him?
Yeah.
Super hard. But where you can play him. I'm not going to play any Turman. I'll play Dulatov. There's not a whole lot of breakdown to this fight. It just isn't. Dulatov smash. Welcome back, Turman.
Yep.
No thanks. Yeah. I don't even know how else to get cute with this one. Give me Islam Dulatov. Steve Erceg taking on Ramazan Temirov. Minus 112 for Erceg, minus 108 for Temirov, 8,200 for Erceg, 8,000 for Temirov. Inside the distance, plus 110. Should see 3 rounds. This, to me, screams better fight than DFS spot. But, Mug, who you got?
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I think Steve Ursig, well, I think he's probably going to win via decision. He scores terribly. Even at 8,200, I wouldn't play him with your salary. Even if they gave me an extra 8,200, I probably wouldn't play that. It's not that I don't like Steve Ursig. He just doesn't have the style for DraftKings. Just one of those fighters, you know. Ramazan Temirov, pretty bad. I was going to say marginally better, but averages 13 points more per win. He once only scored 58 though, so that is a problem. That's what it is. The numbers for him are messed up because he has 2 fights. He beat CJ Vergara, scored 130, and then he beats Charles Johnson barely in a very close fight, but Charles Johnson is a very difficult opponent for many flyweights, and he only scored 59 there. So I'm not going to hold that against him. Temirov is clearly going to be looking for striking opportunities, maybe a couple of takedowns. He hasn't really shown that too much yet. He does love to strike. He does love to knock people out. Steve Ursig is not somebody that gets knocked out. It has happened once in the UFC. I believe it was who was it? Kaikar France. Embarrassingly. So yeah, did get KO'd by Kaikar France. He is going to have to watch out for Temirov, who just charges forward and throws bombs. He eats as many as he throws. So Steve Ursig needs to tighten his defense. He needs to find his spots. If he picks them correctly, he can make Temirov back off and probably win this fight via decision. So close fight. I agree. I'm barely picking Steve Ursig. Hate this fight for DraftKings.
Can I just say ditto? I know we disagreed earlier, but this one I'm totally on board. I think Ursig wins a close decision. I don't think either guy scores well. I will say while I'm picking Ursig, Ramazan Temirov is the one more likely to break the slate. If one of the two guys is going to get a first-round knockout and score 110 at 8,000, it's him because he throws bigger bombs. The crowd will go crazy. Maybe the referee will stop it. Like they're flyweights. If somebody's going to break the slate, I think it's Temirov. But I think Ursig's going to have a better game plan, more well-rounded. The crowd will be on Temirov's side. It's a really close fight. I ever so slightly lean towards Ursig for those reasons, but overall, not very interested. Main event time. Magomed Ankalaev taking on Bogdan Guskov. Guskov was supposed to fight Blachowicz next week, I believe it was, and Ankalaev's opponent fell out. So now we have this fight. Ankalaev is minus 535. Guskov is plus 400. 9,500 for Ankalaev. 6,700 for Guskov. Fight ends inside the distance. It's minus 450. Before we do the breakdown, do me a favor, hit the like button. Drop a comment with who you think is going to win this fight. That's important. Need some comments, guys. Tell me who's going to win this fight or how, if the who is too simple for you. And if you want more tools at DFS Army to build your DraftKings lineups, get projections, join the Discord. NFL is coming. NBA is coming back. Like we're getting back into DFS season. So make sure you check it out. Link down below. All that being said, Monk, main event. What you got?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I really like Bogdan Guskov quite a bit, to be honest. I think he can do a lot in this kind of thin light heavyweight division. However, I think this might be a little bit too early, possibly going against Ankalaev. He is going to be pretty tough to beat. Guskov does not have any defense as far as striking goes. He does have okay takedown defense. The number is bad, 57. He's getting about 40-60 controlled, but he can handle himself on the ground. It's going to be a little bit of work for him to get up and for him to not get pummeled there. But I don't really see that from Magomed Ankalaev. He's not really going to attempt too many takedowns. He did attempt 12 against Pajeda, but it's just been pretty marginal, 1, maybe 2 here and there. There's a few fights in his last 10 where he has attempted well over that number, but I don't think he's going to have to do that here unless he gets rocked by Guskov once. If he doesn't like how Guskov hit him once, he's probably going to look for a couple takedowns. Even if that happens, he's so defensively solid that I really don't see too much of a problem here. He just went against one of the hardest hitters in the entire UFC in Pereira and lost to him, but beat him once before that. He's beat Rakic, beat Walker, Blachowicz. I mean, the names go on in the light heavyweight division. I like Ankalaev here. Little too early for Guskov, although I do like him. He is live. He's definitely live at a very low percentage chance to get a win or to find a finish somehow. I just think Ankalaev is the heavy favorite for a reason, and I'm going to pick him to win. The salaries here at 9,500. Oh my goodness. His average DraftKings points per win is 90. His highest ever is 118, guys. This is going to be extremely difficult to pay off. If you take out the 3-round fights, just the 5-round wins for Ankalaev, his number drops. He averages less than 87. This is going to be extremely difficult to pay off.
Yep, that is my concern. Guskov, agree. Just his defense isn't good enough. He's going to get caught at some point. I mean, he almost finished Blachowicz in the second round, dominated. I think he gassed out, and then he got caught in the third. It was a wild, fun fight. That's why they were going to have a rematch because it was a draw. Super fun fight. A lot of upside for him, but the defense against Ankalaev, there is a problem there. And Ankalaev, what is anybody trying to take down Ankalaev? 87% takedown defense. Who got him? To go all the way back to Nikita Krylov got him once. And Paul Craig got him twice, actually.
Which is crazy.
That was the fight he lost 459 of round 3.
That's right.
My favorite thing ever. Look, Guskov's live. I'll mix him in. He's the only sub 7K punt I'm really looking at here. Right? Or is hang on, I need to go make sure. I don't want to play Terman. I don't want to play Ribeiro. I don't want to play Ponzinibbio. I'll take a little bit of Cody Gibson. Him and Cody Big Gibson are the sub 7K guys I'll look at. But Ankalaev should win. It's a matter of that scoring for DraftKings. Can he score? I don't think so. I also, if you want to bet this fight, ITD is minus 450. Whatever the under 2.5 rounds is, I don't see it getting out of the second round, really. I think we'll see a finish here. And it gives Ankalaev some path for scoring, but there's so many big scores floating around. Maybe it's one of those in MMA, mix it up. I think he is safe for cash because if he doesn't get the finish, at least he's got the extra 2 rounds. Like at least, like you should get the scoring, but he's got the best opponent on the other side. It's I've been back and forth on it. I don't think I'm gonna mess with cash, period, this week. I think I'm gonna take a pass on it. Give me Magomed Ankalaev to wrap up this overall strange card, but hey, we're gonna try and make some money out of it. Don't go anywhere yet. We got to talk Kill Shots, the namesake of the show. If you don't know, a Kill Shot is an under-owned tournament play on DraftKings that can help you take down a slate. No chalk. No. Well, it can be a favorite. No chalk. Can be a favorite. Got to be sneaky. Monk, do you have something sneaky? I'm dancing between 2, so this week I really am. I know last week I said go first, then we kind of shared 2. I really do have 2, so you can go first.
Man, I have no idea. I've been trying and trying. I guess there's one that stands out. I know you talked about him earlier. You might have even picked him straight up. I can't find anyone else that fits the criteria, really. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Ismael Bonfim. I don't know who else. He's 7,600. He's got a chance. He's fighting a guy that is, only has a couple of fights or one fight maybe in the UFC. I don't remember, 1 or 2. And yeah, I think that might be the best chance. I don't like, everybody else. I mean, I could pick like Guskov, but that's too much. He's going to be too high owned. Can't do that. I mean, Tyrell Fortune, I guess, is on there. I don't know. Mike Davis is going to be too high. That's what I was going to say. But Ismael Bonfim.
I got 2 more for you. You didn't even mention. So I'm going to officially go with Saygid Izagakhmaev.
Okay.
Because I think everybody saw the loss of Nicholas Dalby and was like, I'm fucking out. This is a whole different fight at a weird price and a good ITD prop. I'll go ahead and I'll take some swings there. An honorable mention to go against the storyline. I don't give a fuck who you train with. Damian Rispeshki is the honorable mention. Because
no John Pork.
Because then we're going to see, we're constantly hear about, the lead up to the Islam fight, how his training partner just lost. Like, what is going to be
right?
Like, I could totally see that narrative playing out 100%. All right, that's what we got for UFC. Ankalaev versus Guskov. Hit that like button, share with your friends. Tell me how you think the main event is going to go. You want to make some money on DraftKings. As I said, link down below. Monk, do you got anything before we get the fuck out of here?
No, looking forward to the early card. Get your chores done Friday or push them off. Make them wait. But yeah, I like this the morning cards. There's a few good fights here. More than a few, but maybe not 100%. And I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, make sure you guys tune into the prelims. The prelims are better on this card.
For sure.
That is the hot take. The prelims are by far better than the main card. Good luck in your contest this week. That's all we got. We'll see you at the top of the leaderboards.